All right. Please say your names.
Hi, I'm Bob Duff.
And I'm David Pierce.
And what is it that you two gentlemen do?
I teach at Dartmouth College.
And I'm a state representative here in New Hampshire.
And now, Mr. Pierce, you organized this rally today. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And what prompted you to do that?
Well, National Organization for Marriage is going around the country spreading untruths about our families, trying to break up our families, trying to get rid of marriage equality, which we have here in New Hampshire. And I think it's important to stand up and show that there's another side to this. Here in New Hampshire, we voted in marriage equality. No court needed to intervene in that. And we beat back the repeal effort in 2010. And our towns have come out overwhelmingly in support of marriage. And we were here as silent witnesses to those facts. We went there to fight, scream, or look irrational. But to stand the silent witness to what New Hampshire has said.
And now, Maine's tactic yesterday at the rally was to just not be there and not hear those words spoken in front of them. Was it hard for both of you to hear those words of opposition?
No, I think that these words of opposition occur when there's ignorance in this society. And I think that those words of opposition will always occur. It's our duty to be present where there isn't education present to educate people to the reality of what they're living with.
I mean, we have two daughters, Emma, who's 6, and Grace, who's 20 months. And we chose not to bring them with us because we didn't want them, of course, to hear that speech. But for us, I mean, we faced it all our lives, and so it's nothing new. And I think it's more important. I think reasonable people could come down on either side of that, whether to be a presence or not. As for me, I think it's important to be that witness and to bear that witness to what equality is about, to what our families really are about, and not let the other side just have free reign with the public square. It's kind of like voting, I think, is that when you don't vote, you're essentially voting for the other guy.
Now, last year when you had marriage equality passed in New Hampshire, as a loving couple and also as a state representative, how was that for you?
It was amazing. For me personally, what it did was it harkened me back to that 12-year-old kid that I was in Texas growing up and feeling absolutely awful about myself, praying with all my fiber for God to change me, and to see myself progress and to take that journey from being at that point to being the floor speech that concluded the debate on the House floor and us winning the fight has been, for me personally, it was an amazing and dramatic journey.
And how was it for you, Bob, last year when you got the news?
It was incredible to see this happen in New Hampshire. I grew up in Massachusetts and never thought that New England would be where all of this activity would take place and we would be leading the nation for equality.
And now you two decided not to get married immediately after marriage equality passed in your state, correct?
Correct.
And why is that?
Well, for me, it was just another stand against. I mean, the whole idea of marriage equality is saying get the government out of deciding who we can and cannot marry, and we were not going to be dictated as to when we got married just because a law passed. For us, marriage is not only a legal institution, but it's also a religious institution. Bob and I both grew up in the church. We're actively involved in our congregation now, where we live, and marriage takes on a religious tone and religious meaning for us. And we're going to have a wedding in a church with our pastor, with the support of our congregation. And so it wasn't the government saying, okay, now you can do it, and we said, okay, we're going to abide by what the government says. This whole journey has been about being autonomous from that kind of authority.
And also, from that vantage point, we had become domestic partners in the state of California years ago, and our lives have been led as married couples. And so for us to feel like we needed to be affirmed by a government saying we could now be married seemed an empty gesture at the time, because we were already living that covenant, and so we do look forward to the time when it...
18 years together, that covenant.
That's right.
Yes.
Thank you. I know you have to get home to your girls, so
Yes, we do.
we will let you go, but thank you so much for your
Great,
time.
thank you very
Thanks.
much.